everyone. This is Kweighbaye, indie film lovers. Thank you for tuning in to Indie Cinema New York on BRIC TV. I'm your host, BRIC Film Festival founder and indie film enthusiast. On today's show, we have film publicist Emilie Spiegel from Cinetic Media. Emilie has been involved with a roster of incredible films, including Academy Award nominees, The Act of Killing the Square, Cutie and the Boxer, Fire at Sea, and I Am Not Your Negro, as well as the Brooklyn set film Menashe, which will open theatrically on July 28th. Let's take a quick look at the trailer.
Für was tragst du dich der Hitler oder Reckel wie alle? Ich weiß, das wollte euch gesagt schäden.
Hast du schon wieder gekosst?
Die bist een Juda Almen.
Weißt du, der Pussy gesucht? Leute haben ja so dem Liesler war dort.
So eine Schachen sucht man nicht als Kinder?
Ich habe einen Jingo.
Nur ein?
Ja. Komm, wir sich mal sehen. Ich soll erst mal beim Hals. Menashe. Seit seiner Reise kann ich durch rufen zurück zu dir.
Gordito, I'm sorry that your son is not with you, but you know, you're a single man. You could do whatever you want to do. Drink up.
In tracht ook wegen daar zien. Zijn hoeven naar geheren geheim.
Ich weiß, was gerade das handelt man sehen. Ich kann es gleich mal sehen. Ich weiß, was es geht für ihn. Aber ich will mal sehen, ich gehe mal von dir. Es geht mir nicht tun. Wir sind dasselbe.
Ze takken niet dezelfde, aber das Leben braucht weiter runter.
Kweighbaye Kotee is sterker als jij lijkt. Lijkt? Nou, die mag ze even aqui. Is aqui. Lijkt.
That was the trailer for Menashe, directed by Joshua Weinstein, from Cinetic Media. My guest, Emilie Spiegel. Can you tell us a little bit about your role as a film publicist at Cinetic?
Yeah, so we've just seen the trailer for Menashe, which is one of the films we're representing. Typically, we work in films in one of two stages, either when they are completed and ready to go to festivals, at which point they're seeking distribution. So Menashe, for example, is being distributed by A24, which is an incredible company that released Moonlight and Room and The Lobster and many other really incredible movies.
Wow, yeah.
And we also, as is the case with Menashe, represent movies when they're ready to come out, and then we do a lot of work with all the local media, national media, making sure that we have reviews, interviews, coverage, pretty much everything to make sure awareness of the film is as high as possible to make sure that folks go out to theaters.
Yeah, and I saw the film this Saturday at Rooftop Films. It was such a beautiful experience to be able to get an insider perspective on the Hasidic community. It's unique, it's fascinating, and it's in Yiddish. So can you tell us what it's been like to work with the film and how the community has received it?
Yeah, it's been really an unbelievable experience working on this movie. The director, who you mentioned, it was a documentarian, and this is his first feature narrative movie. I think yes, it's in Yiddish, and yes, it's set in the Hasidic community in Borough Park, and it also has all these really incredible references from Italian neorealist filmmaking, from the New York 1970s cinema, people like John Cassavetes. So it really is a movie that I think anyone can come see and connect with, regardless of whether or not they themselves are part of the Jewish community.
Yeah, and the director, Joshua Weinstein, as you mentioned, he's incredible. I saw him first through the BRIC Film Festival, actually. He did a film, flying on one engine. So how did he get to you? Because apparently, like, everybody's going to Cinetic Media right now.
So we were hired by A24,
Okay.
whom we work with a lot, to represent the movie. So what that looks like, in addition to press, is also helping out with things like the rooftop screening that we did, making sure that media come to that, also kind of advising on what kind of screenings we should do to get that kind of organic word of mouth going for
Got
the movie.
it. And Cinetic does a lot of films on social media. You mentioned, on social issues. You mentioned, Moonlight, OJ Made in America, I Am Not Your Negro, and now Who Streets. But before we get started talking about Who Streets, let's take a quick look at the trailer.
Great.
We begin in the St. Louis suburb of Ferguson.
Ferguson police just killed a man in front of my apartment. He had his arms in the air, and they shot him 10 times.
That's my son.
I'm so sorry.
Laying in the street for hours.
We gonna let them know enough is enough.
That was a very powerful trailer of Who Streets. It's actually sort of giving me the chills and bringing me to tears right now a little bit. Can you tell us about the directors and what the film is about?
Yeah, so that's actually the teaser trailer. There's going to be another one coming out soon, and I'm sure it'll be just as impactful. The movie was directed by Sabaah Folayan and Damon Davis. Sabaah's from LA and went out to Ferguson as things were kind of picking up in terms of the protest movement out there, and Damon is from Missouri, so they met out there. The movie is a really insider look at the movement that started in the days following Mike Brown's killing. It is an absolute kaleidoscope of many different people who are part of this activist movement. It really puts a very human face on the folks who are out there in the streets, and I think in a lot of ways is a real corrective to the kind of very stereotyping representation that was coming through mainstream media. People were kind of all treated like one mass and not individuals, and I think a lot of the dignity in the fight is shown in this film in a way that's really important, and also applies to many different protest movements, not just the one in Ferguson.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the release date on August 11th. And we only have a few minutes to go, but I know it's only July, but people are making Oscar predictions, and we worked with a handful of Oscar-nominated films. What is it like as a publicist to work on an Oscar campaign?
It's really great, honestly. The Oscars are something that I think people all over the world pay attention to and get excited about, and it's really wonderful working with filmmakers at this incredibly exciting and important time for their movies. It is, as you say, kind of year-round, because people definitely start, like, even at Sundance before that year's Oscars are even done. They're talking about the next year, like with movies that premiere at Sundance. So it is pretty much all the time. It's great. It's a slightly different form of trying to get press, because obviously the movies have already come out, so you're trying to kind of tell new stories that maybe weren't told when the movie was in theatrical release.
Okay. So the Menashe is July 28th.
Yes.
Who Streets, August 11th. And that's our time. Thank you so much. Well, that's it for ICNY on BRIC TV. Thanks again for joining us, Emilie. Special thanks to Cinetic Media. You have 2 films, as I said, this being released, Menashe on July 28th and Who Street on August 11th. So make sure to check out those incredible films. ICNY is produced by the BRIC Film Festival. See you next time.